Well, it's Groundhog Day. Again?
Welcome back, Truth Seeker.
Why do you think USA Today wrote their article about me? It's because this was never done before. Casinos have never taken losses like this before. One other thing about the Jaguars, if the Jaguars did not win the game but covered the spread, they would also be 5-5 away ATS. So again, you can get a monster payout with the Jaguars win, but you could play it a lot safer and play the other 5-5 category, them covering the spread and getting to 5-5 away ATS. Again, the Jags are 4-5 away in the ATS, so if they cover the spread today, 55 would play there. Again, if they upset, they're 5-5 away. So put out this with the conclusion last night. Definitely a real shot at the upset. The other narrative for the Giants is to get to 6-4 because New York Giants is 64, and that would give the Eagles their 25th postseason loss all time, a huge Giants number. So there is some value with the Giants today for sure. And the Giants did get to 25-25 in the postseason last week, while Daniel Jones is 25 years old. The Giants are 6-8 in the divisional round. Remember last week, 78 played nicely for them. New York equals 78. So does the coach's name, Brian Michael DeBull, 78. And divisional round equals 78. So that's another thought about a Giants upset today. And again, the Eagles can pick up that 25th loss in the playoffs. The Giants seem to have a pretty decent narrative today. They have a pretty decent narrative, but I'd probably take them with the points if I played the game.
How about shut the fuck up, morons? I'm not wrong about anything.
I've been predicting the future for over 9 years straight accurately. I get annoyed when people are like,
Your predictions are nowhere near Nostradamus.
You know what, you guys? This is not a false statement. I could wipe my ass with the name Nostradamus. Literally. Literally.
but the Bengals, their all-time playoff record is 9-15. So again, I do find it very interesting they can get their 16th playoff loss on the anniversary of losing in Super Bowl 23 with 16 points to Joe Montana, number 16. But really the big thing to me is the Bills are 18-19 in the playoffs. The Bills can now make their playoff record 19-19. The 19-19, if the Bills win, does stand out. Again, Joe Burrow would also get his 19th career loss, and McDermott would get his 67th career win. Allen's next win is 57. Hamlin 57, the year is Super Bowl 57. He could stay on 27 losses in Buffalo. Buffalo's 27. He'd become 33-11 at home. Again, coming back to Hamlin. Hamlin's also got the 33. Allen's got the Hamlin numbers with a W. So ultimately, I do see more numbers here for the Bills. And again, the Bills, I just feel like they've had the better narrative for this NFL season.
How about shut the fuck up, morons? I'm not wrong about anything.
And I told you guys I was going to work on the ego. I don't feel like this is coming from a place of ego. I feel like this is coming from a place of truth and honesty and facts. There's never been anyone more right who's walked on the face of this fucking earth than yours truly.
Okay, the Cowboys and Niners game. Again, if the Bengals beat the Bills, I think that increases the odds the Niners beat the Cowboys. Cowboys could fall to 5-5 away. The one thing to think twice about, though, is if they covered the spread, they'd improve to 12-7 ATS, and there is 12-date numerology. So, and the 49ers are also on 12 in the ATS. Could fall to 8-3, so a little bit dangerous there with the spread. But, or if you like the Cowboys and think it might be a field goal game, I mean, that would be another way to play it. Take the Cowboys with the points. But yeah, then if they don't cover again, 5-5, so it's a little bit dangerous too. So it might be smart because, again, both games could be 3-point games today with the 3-date numerology. It might be smart to take both dogs with the points today. I think where I'm at for today's games is dogs with the points in both of them. You're not me. You're not the person who broke the code. You're not the person who's helped people win for 10 years. I'm sure there's somebody in a casino right now with my picture throwing darts at it. Fuck that guy. Cost us a lot of money again this weekend. You said in your video, but yeah, you might have a lot of predictions, but how often are you wrong? Who cares about how often I'm wrong? The point is, and again, to answer your question, it's a really high ratio of being right. Who cares about how often I'm wrong? Again, the mainstream media will lie to you all day. The trolls will lie to you all day. We don't lie over here. We don't have any reason to lie. There's nothing to lie about. We don't lie over here. We don't have any reason to lie. There's nothing to lie about. And again, favored the Bengals to at least cover the spread today, and favored the Niners to win this game. Straight Jew. And there's nothing anti-Semitic about that either, because that's just a fucking fact. That's why they call it getting Jewed.
Yeah, I'll always admit when I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I think you should, like, call into the show, honestly, and just, like, say that. But, you know, I did hear at the end of the video when Zach said take both dogs with the points. So, yeah, on that Cowboys one, I would say he's wrong. You know, just according to that Patreon stream and, you know, what he said.
Let me explain to you why there's a pack of trolls that live on the Patreon and hate on the community and slander me 24/7, 365. It's because the casinos are very unhappy about this. Do you know how much money I've pulled out of the casinos' pockets? I guarantee you it's in the hundreds of millions of dollars. all you guys who sit on the sidelines and can't find $5 to find out the truth, guess what? You probably cost yourself a whole shit ton of money by missing out on this whole NFL season. We've been torching the NFL all year.
Stop lying. You know, every year you're just a liar. That's all you do. You just lie about everything. There's no truth that comes out of your mouth. See, listen to all these stupid-ass sorry motherfuckers call in here. Please shut the fuck up. You better call in and have a good point to make. Not sound like some worthless fucking jackass. You call games from time to time? Please, motherfuckers. I've called nearly damn near every fucking sports championship, college and pro, all the time we've been here, months in advance. Go through the resume. The thing is, if Rodgers does go to the Broncos, their odds to win the Super Bowl probably not going to be the best for a payout. It might be something like 10-1. So if you can get a future for the Broncos before Rodgers goes there, so the reason I'm putting this out there now is if you want to think about this, the time to bet on it is really before Rodgers signs there. Another team to think about outside of the Bills is, again, the Broncos. Broncos equals 103. This is the 103rd NFL season. Some big 103s are Broncos equals 103. Steelers equals 103. I really don't think it's the Steelers' year, though. The Broncos are definitely a more interesting team to me with Russell Wilson coming over and the ritual that he did, and especially since they synced up March Madness with Brady's old school Michigan versus Colorado State. So anyhow, Russell Wilson has that 38-83 connection, and Brady did beat Russell Wilson at the goal line in Arizona. They could potentially meet in the Super Bowl, right? That's a possibility. Brady and the Broncos, too. If it ended up being Brady versus the Broncos, in my opinion, that would be an easy Super Bowl to call because Colorado equals 83. That would be such an appropriate team to become 8-3 against.
Gay Matria.
The Rams are a potential team because you're right. The Rams do have the 57 connection, and they're connected to Ukraine, which is still ongoing. So the Rams going back-to-back. This year is going to be Stafford's 14th season. I guess technically that would fit in a little bit with the 14 ritual that could happen with the Bills. LA does have that gematria 14 for Stafford's 14th season. Of course, it's also 13. He had 1,013 rituals last year on his way to winning the Super Bowl.
Like you said, on the NFC side, the Buccaneers, Rams, and Packers. And yeah, they keep making Michigan face the Colorado State Rams. Which is more important, the Colorado State or the Ram?
Right. That's interesting, though, too,
NFC
because I mean, as much as Brady does huge rituals against the Rams, we got to think about the Rams a little bit in the NFC because that Colorado State Rams in Brady's history. Another wrong prediction. If it's not Brady in the NFC this year, Rodgers is Mr. 103 who does the State Farm commercials. Of course, Rodgers equals 103, State Farm's 103. Again, the Super Bowl in State Farm Stadium. Rodgers had the big ritual against the Cardinals, which was one of the easier calls of last season, and then the whole COVID thing started after that where he became public enemy number one. NFC, I really like the Brady narrative. Aaron Rodgers and Stafford would probably be the alternates, so.
You know what, you guys? This is not a false statement. I could wipe my ass with the name Nostradamus. Literally. Literally.
And in the NFC, I'll put it this way. In the NFC, I really like, I got to continue to ride the Brady thing. Just the fact of how significant him getting to 8-3 potentially is. Coming out of retirement minutes after the 83rd March Madness was put out. How about shut the fuck up, morons? I'm not wrong about anything. Again, I really do like the Bills being in the Super Bowl this year. Do they win it against Brady if that's the match? Again, that's tough, but there's a narrative. But yeah, the Bills and everything we've been discussing all offseason really stands out. But yeah, Buffalo definitely my favorite team in the AFC to represent right now. How about shut the fuck up, morons? I'm not wrong about anything. Why do you think USA Today wrote their article about me? It's because this was never done before. Casinos have never taken losses like this before. called nearly damn near every fucking sports championship, college and pro, all the time we've been here, months in advance. Go through the resume.
Like, Arthur does this a lot. He ruins his video by saying something that's fundamentally not true, and I'm like, man, that's going to ruin the whole video. Somebody who knows the facts is going to be like, I'm not listening to this guy. What he just said is totally false.
Ironic.
Want to help some of you guys with your math and intelligence? I just put out this video, Vegas wins again, which was a true statement. And as per usual, the dumbest comment got the most likes. And that comment said, nuh-uh, Vegas lost money because 57% of the public money was on Jaguars to cover, so Vegas lost. And, okay, let me help you out here. Let's say there were 100 total bets. 43 were on the Chiefs to cover. And let's just say each bet was $10. So Vegas pocketed $430 on the 43 people that bet $10 for the Chiefs to cover.
So far, so good.
57% of the money was on Jags to cover. So $10 bets each. $570, but when you bet a team to cover, you have to bet 100 to win 70. So 570 times 0.7, 70%. Vegas paid out $399.
Wrong.
They collected $430, so Vegas came out $31 ahead.
You are bad at math.
Thus, Vegas won. Again, learn how to do math. And stop arguing with me. I always have people arguing in the comments, and 99.9% of the time they're wrong.
Ironic.
And it is annoying that the dumbest comment's always getting the most like. I know that is the work of the trolls. But again, you're wrong, learn your place.
You're wrong.
Dead wrong.
You guys have called a million futures like I have, or broke the code that actually proves how the games are rigged. Show some respect when you come into my chat. Stop acting like a tard, or get back on the short bus and get the fuck out of here.
Zach is also telling people to always buy his Patreon for his sports picks. The guy doesn't even bet. Zachary Hubbard.
Okay, so false statement. So I do bet.
He's scamming you through sports picks that he doesn't even bet on.
That I don't even bet. How the fuck do you know what I bet on, you fucking queer? I do bet on the picks.
Hey, Zach, why don't you bet your own picks?
I do. So that's another routine troll talking point. So
You need to retire, and you need to shut it down.
Like, Arthur does this a lot. He ruins his video by saying something that's fundamentally not true, and I'm like, man, that's going to ruin the whole video. Somebody who knows the facts is going to be like, I'm not listening to this guy. What he just said is totally false.
You need to retire, and you need to shut it down.
Till next time, truth seeker.